After 15 seasons in the NFL, Darren Sproles has retired. He played for 3 teams. He was drafted in the 4th round of the 2005 NFL draft. He's a running back, and people called him a special teams specialist or a return specialist is what they call him. Drafted by the Chargers, played there for years, played for 3 years with the New Orleans Saints, then played 6 years with the Eagles. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. He won a Super Bowl in 2017 with the Eagles. And his stats are not insanely high. Listen to this. Darren Sproles played running back. He ran for 3,552 yards, 23 rushing touchdowns. Oddly enough, he has more receiving yards than rushing yards, which is really weird for running back. He had 4,840 receiving yards, 32 receiving touchdowns. He also had 9 returns for a touchdown, which means he had 7 punt return touchdowns and 2 kick return touchdowns. So Darren Sproles is not a Hall of Famer to any stretch of the imagination. His numbers aren't good enough. He really has not enough Pro Bowls, 1 Super Bowl. He's just not a gigantic impact player that would be good enough to make a Hall of Fame. But this is why Darren Sproles is special and why we're talking about him and how Darren Sproles leaves a legacy in the NFL. Darren Sproles is 5'6". He's 190 pounds. And he's probably lighter than that. They just list him at 190. But the quote you'll hear when you watch Darren Sproles highlights, you'll hear, "The little guy, the little guy, the little guy, another touchdown for the little guy." They just call him the little guy, and there's a reason for that. He was the first, if not the first, he was one of the first tiny running backs in the NFL to make it and make an impact. 5'6", 190 pounds, contributing to an NFL roster. Not a guy with historic numbers, but a guy with good enough numbers to go, wow, played for 15 seasons, scored a lot of touchdowns, won a Super Bowl, was an impact player. Darren Sproles contributed heavily to the NFL for this reason. He changed the view of height around the running back position. Drew Brees and Russell Wilson have changed the quarterback position forever because people realize, oh, if you're 5'10", you can still play quarterback at a high level in the NFL. Darren Sproles did the same thing for running backs. He's 5'6". He opened the door for guys like Maurice Jones-Drew, who's 5'7", and Danny Woodhead, who's 5'8". So I want to honor Darren Sproles as a guy who changed the running back position and made it more accessible for small guys. Guys like Tariq Cohen of the Bears, a lot of guys you'll see around the league who are small, speedy, fast dudes. Darren Sproles changed the prejudice towards them and made people understand, oh, just because you're short doesn't mean you can't contribute a lot from a skill position in the NFL. Darren Sproles, I'll always remember you. What a great career you had. You changed the league. And well done, man. Well done, Darren Sproles. If you're in your car, don't clap because you're driving. I'll clap. Good for Darren Sproles.